Okay, everyone, it's time to talk about Room 119. Where to start? You know what, let's start with the author, T.F. Lynch. This was his debut novel. Fun fact about him, he's only ever read 18 books, which blows my mind because I've read just a few more books than he has. Yeah, my motivation for writing just isn't here at the moment. I was so impressed with this book. This is his debut novel, and wow, it is insane. We follow this character Dean, and he kind of messes his life up, and he goes on this little journey to room 119, and things happen. Some interesting things happen, which the fly got on my camera. Get out! I can't. Where was I again? Yeah. So he goes on this journey, and things happen, and it is not at all what you think it's gonna be. Like when I first started this, I thought it was gonna be like a revenge story. That's what it seemed to be, and then all of a sudden, I was like, wait, what? There's no way this is gonna be a revenge story now. This is not where I thought it was going, and I was pleasantly surprised. Like I was so glad it wasn't gonna be a revenge story. Not that I have anything against them, it's just like I like it when a book surprises me and goes in a direction that I didn't think it was going in. And so, yeah, things started getting a bit weird, and I was like, okay, where was this gonna go? Because it doesn't really make sense when it first starts getting a bit like weird. You're like, it can be a bit confusing, and like you kind of need to be a bit open-minded, which is what Brooke told me and Connor to be, and I think we both were. And so I went with the flow. I just carried on reading, and the more I read, the more I was hooked. Like, yeah, as soon as we got to room 119, things just started happening, and it was just intriguing. Like it's I wish I was better at giving reviews because I've only just finished it, so my words aren't coming out the way I want them to. But yeah, it gets I'm gonna be saying this word a lot. Weird. It gets super weird. And then when I finally clicked on what was happening, I was like, okay, this is not what I was expecting, but I am very, very happy with the way this is going. Like I wanted to know more. Like I'm trying to do this without giving spoilers, so I probably should have planned this out a bit better because I haven't planned it. I'm just waving and ranting about it because I've just finished it. Didn't really plan what I was gonna say, which I don't usually do anyway, but just have some notes to go back on to kind of keep me going instead of just rambling on like I am now. But if you can't see from the look on my face, this book was just amazing. I'm going back to my go-to word. It was amazing. After I moved past the halfway point, that's kind of where I clicked on what was happening. And it was just, I don't even know what to say. I'm like in a book hangover right now. And when it was getting closer to the end, that's when it started like getting emotional. Like things were happening, and then like I was literally like sat up straight, even though I was actually listening to the audio because I have the audio and the ebook, and I was just staring at my phone like, what? No, what's gonna happen? No, don't do this to me. And it literally, like, my heart dropped at a certain part. I was like, you are not doing this, no. And as much as I hated Dean at the beginning because he was a bit of an arsehole, especially to his family, he started to redeem himself throughout. Not completely, like as we were going through the book, I was like, okay, you're not too bad, but you know, you're not in my good books yet. And then, oh my god, the biggest thing happens, and oh my god, he's redeemed straight away. Like, I cried. I was waiting for that to happen. I genuinely cried. Like, I was just sat on my bed staring at my phone, like tears dripped down my face, and I had to take a break and go make myself a cup of tea. Took some deep breaths. I was like, okay, let's carry on. And thankfully, the situation resolved itself. But it had such a bittersweet little ending. Like, the ending really got to me. Like, I cried again at the ending because it was so sad, but also happy. It was like a bit of both. And honestly, this story was so heartwarming and impactful, especially in that second half. Like, I feel like I've learned some things from this book. And yeah, you can definitely find some lessons to learn in this book. 100%. Like, it's definitely a book I would recommend people to read. Even if you don't like this genre, because I think it's like not sci-fi, it's like what was it? It was like a thriller type book with a little dash of like urban fantasy. And yeah, it's 100% one of the best books I've read so far this year. Especially it being a debut novel, because I know that some debut novels aren't quite like up to standard, but obviously all debut novels are going to have their flaws. But this one, you know what? This one didn't have any. I found no flaws with it whatsoever. The only flaw I had was me just being in a slump and not getting it finished soon enough. So yeah, I 100% recommend this. I don't think I've said it yet, but this was definitely a 5-star book. And I think that even if you struggle with like the first, like with the beginning bit where it's like it's a little bit slower and you like get a bit confused and you're not sure what's going on, just push through it, because it is worth the little bit of confusion and the little bit of slowness at the beginning, because it's just, yeah, it's so worth getting to that middle and end bit, because wow. Yeah, I don't know how much more I have to say, except I'm grateful that this book is a book. I'm glad it's a thing. I'm glad it was written. And let's go give some credit to the author, who, by the way, has just made his YouTube channel, The Reluctant Reader, and he did his booktube newbie tag. So we should all go check him out. I'm going to put his link in the description below. And yeah, just go check him out. Go give him a warm welcome to this community, because he deserves it. And yeah, I really loved your book, Trev. Really loved it. So thank you. Thank you for writing it.